Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading Fight and Fills, Savage Auto Group, Sure Stay Best Western Hotel in Reading, WEEU, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
Now for all the action, let's go courtside with Bob McCool and Rich Scarcella.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. WE's coverage of Berks County High School basketball continues with more championship coverage of the District 3 tournament. Last night, it was the Berks Catholic Saints winning the 4A boys title this afternoon, and tonight we've got two teams going after it. First up, it's the Wyomissing Spartans in girls class 4A, and then later on, it'll be the Exeter boys in class 5A. That is scheduled for a 6:15 tip. Our game here in the girls 4A game is about to get underway. Lancaster Catholic and Wyomissing, a couple of teams with a lot of banners in their gyms in the last couple of years. Lancaster Catholic is 22-4 so far on this season, and Wyomissing is also 22-4. The Crusaders have won the last two district championships in Class 3A. The Spartans have done the same in Class 4A. One of them's going home with this title this afternoon. High school basketball on 8:30 a.m. WEEU. The voice of Berks and Beyond, and our coverage is presented to you by Savage Auto Group, and it's free for you to watch at 8:30 WEEU Sports on YouTube. If you haven't found it, if your friends haven't found it, let them know. They can watch all of our coverage of this one and our next game with Exeter and Hershey as well, all for free on YouTube. We're going to take a timeout, back to Hershey with our pregame show right after this.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
When it comes to grocery shopping, you're a pro, and Redner's Markets is here to up your game with Redner's Ready. Shop online and save time. Orders can be placed as far as 4 days ahead or as little as 2 hours before pickup at your selected store. Your items are always handpicked, and our personal shoppers will accommodate any special instructions for your grocery needs. Plus, there's no difference between in-store and online pricing, no extra pickup fees, and you can redeem points from your Redner's Rewards membership. Skip the trip with Redner's Ready. Shop online at rednersmarkets.com.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business, and we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Welcome back to Hershey alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Just a quick rundown before we get into Rich's keys of Lancaster Catholic and Wyomissing and what they've done so far. Got identical records at 22-4. Kind of similar paths as well. They both lost in their respective league semifinals. Lancaster Catholic losing to Lebanon in their LL semifinals, 42-37. Wyomissing losing to Reading High in the Berks semifinals, 40-38. The Crusaders are the number 1 seed in this 4A bracket. They beat number 8 seed Eastern York by 2, and then a pretty easy win over a always competitive DeLone Catholic team. They beat the Squirettes 52-31 in the semifinals. For the Spartans, they started out the district play against number 6 Susquehanna Township. They beat the Indians by 18 in the quarterfinals, and then a much tighter game in the semifinals, beating Northern Lebanon, a team that is in the same division as Lancaster Catholic, and the Spartans won the semifinal 43-39. Rich, let's jump right into your keys to the game. Our keys are brought to you by RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame. With over 20 years of experience finding countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770. Ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. It's the Crusaders and the Spartans, and Rich has his keys.
For the visiting team, the third-seeded Wyomissing Spartans, they want to cut penetration and have outstanding guard play, particularly from Alexis Hardy, who did a great job controlling the temple in the semifinal win at Northern Lebanon. Second key for Wyomissing is communicating on defense. That's going to be critical, moving around in that zone, taking on their individual responsibilities. Third thing, Bob, they want to get back on defense. Lancaster Catholic doesn't run a lot, but they will look to leak a player down the court. For Lancaster Catholic, they want to control the boards. They want to win that battle. 2, they want to play terrific defense. And 3, that's what they've done. That's their trademark. And 3, make other Spartans besides Amaya Stewart beat them.
Interesting coaching matchup. Charlie Detz is in his 11th season at Lancaster Catholic. Both these coaches are pretty big dudes who are good college basketball players at Division III programs. Charlie Detz at Franklin and Marshall, and Aaron Anders playing at Alvernia. But they have had a lot of success. Charlie Detz was the boys coach at his alma mater, Columbia, and then took some time off and then took over this Lancaster Catholic program that for years was coached by Lamar Kaufman. This program has won more District 3 championships than any other girls program in District 3 with 19 titles, including the 23 and 24 AAA titles. In 2018, they won the 4A title. They beat Berks Catholic in that 4A title and then went on to beat the Saints in the state championship in 2018 as well. But Aaron Anders is now in his 5th season with the Spartans, and he is now over 100 wins at 106. Charlie Detz in 11 seasons with the Crusaders has won 277 games. Let's look at the starting lineups for the respective coaches. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. The Crusaders are the home team. They'll be the number 1 seed, and the Crusaders will start sophomore guard Natalie Chalucci at 1 guard spot. At least that's what we think. We're still waiting to see the 5th starter for the Crusaders. Navia Kennedy is a sophomore guard. Charlotte Albertini, also a sophomore guard. Carly Anderson, a senior. And then Morgan Gaylord is really the size for this Crusader team. She is a junior. For Aaron Anders and his Spartans, Kelly Hyde, 5'5 sophomore, along with Alexis Hardy, 5'5 senior. Lily Marshall, 5'5 and a senior. Casey Maggs, who's always out at the point of that attack for the Spartans, is a 5'5 junior. And, of course, Amaya Stewart, 6'1 senior, now 10th all-time in girls basketball in Berks County in scoring at 1,845. That is the lineup for the Spartans. And we take a look now at our spotlight, brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight, we turn the spotlight on not one of the starting Spartans, but one of the Spartan reserves. And that is senior Audrey Hurleman, who was a Spartan starter a year ago, tore her ACL right before her start of her junior season in lacrosse. She is headed to North Carolina on a lacrosse scholarship, and just about everybody assumed that she's going to be back, but she's not going to play in this her senior year because she didn't want to hurt herself, didn't want to mess her knee. Audrey Hurleman had other ideas, and having her back, having her on the floor against a team that wants to press and trap you in Lancaster Catholic could be very viable and vital for the Spartans today.
She's played 10 games since her return. She scored 8 in the semifinals. That's against Northern Lebanon. That's her most in the 10 games. Aaron Anders told me a few minutes ago that she has played well beyond his expectations. And this is my favorite quote. She makes things happen.
She is an unbelievable athlete, and she can guard. There's no question about that. If she can add to a little bit on the offensive side, all the better for the Spartans. Our part of our game tonight, one of our key sponsors tonight is Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs with offices in both Reading and Hamburg. Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. It is the Lancaster Catholic Crusaders, the Wyomissing Spartans. The winner will take on the District 12 number 5 seed. The loser of today's game will take on the 3 seed out of District 12. That is Lansdale Catholic. Those games will take place next Saturday in the first round of the PLA playoffs.
The 5 seed is Nazareth Academy.
That is official. Thank you very much for knowing that, because you can't find that if you look on the District 12 site. I don't know if I mentioned that last night, but I thought I'd mention it again. But anyhow, that is the matchup. So the winner will play Nazareth Academy. The loser will play Lansdale Catholic, and both of them will play on their home floor at a site, at a time, I should say, to be determined. The site is their home gym.
I think Charlotte Albertini is starting for Lancaster Catholic, not Salucci, as we thought might have been.
We will take a timeout. Back with a tip-off right after this, live on WEEU in Reading.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Buying or selling a home in Berks County, Kelly Spade is your go-to real estate expert at Keller Williams Platinum Realty. And she is here to help. With 19-plus years of experience, Kelly makes you move easy and stress-free. A proud supporter of Wyomissing girls basketball, Kelly is committed to our community. Visit kellyspade.com to get started. He's Rich Geisel, I'm Bob McCool, and we are underway from Hershey, courtside at the Giant Center. The Crusaders in their home whites with the purple and gold trim, and the Spartans in their visiting blue with a white trim. And it's the Crusaders who control the tip. Out and around the perimeter with their guards, and Devia Kennedy and Carly Anderson, their top 2 scorers. That's Kennedy with the basketball right now. Getting it for Gaylord, left elbow jumper is in and out, and ultimately controlled by Amaya Stewart. And the Spartans now will get their first possession as Carly Hyde brings it up the floor and into the hands of the point guard, Alexis Hardy. Swinging around for Mags. Billy Marshall in the corner, gets it right back. Doesn't take the 3.
Gaylord guarding Stewart. No surprise. Gaylord, the tallest starter for Lancaster Catholic. Let's see if she gets help once Amaya touches the ball.
Right now, Spartans just working around the perimeter. This is Mags and back for Marshall. Now and Stewart comes all the way out to the top of the key, but you do have to guard her out there because Amaya can hit the outside shot. And here's a drive and a bump as Alexis Hardy is bumped and fouled. That's going to be on Charlotte Albertini. So the Spartans very patient on the offensive end.
Looks like Lancaster Catholic is sort of sagging off everybody.
Yeah, I initially thought there was a zone until the ball moved around a little bit. Some conversation amongst our officials as to where the ball will be inbounded. I'm not quite sure. It was clearly not a shooting foul.
Mid-Penn Conference officials.
Mags at the top, and again for Marshall.
Aaron Anders says that at least 2 members of this crew had their game against Middletown in January.
Again, Spartans aren't even looking to shoot. Now that'll change as they go inside to Amaya Stewart. It's going to be an offensive foul on Amaya Stewart. Amaya trying to get herself a little bit closer to the glass and gets whistled for the offensive foul. Aaron Anders just kind of a shrug of the shoulders.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I don't think she just kind of lowered her shoulder. And really, there was not much reaction from the Lancaster Catholic defender.
It's pretty much Amaya's game right there.
There was contact, but there was no – I didn't see a charge.
There's Kennedy trying to drive baseline. Stewart cuts off the path. She's got to be careful. I mean, she does have a foul now, and you got to make sure she doesn't pick up two quick ones.
Just like Kingston McCoy had to finish the first half yesterday with 2 fouls.
Kennedy drives at her. Now she's in trouble. Good find underneath, but Gaylord couldn't catch it. Alexis Hardy comes away with it. Spartans in the open floor. Hardy to the one end to the other. Knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Nevaeh Kennedy. No, they're going to say it's Lancaster Catholic basketball.
Oh, my. I mean,
I
don't understand that call. That's all I'll say.
I'll plead the fifth.
Yeah, we're not ones to criticize officials, but they missed that call.
So the Crusaders back the other way. We are 2 minutes in. Neither team has put the ball in the basket yet. And in fact, for the Spartans, they officially don't even have a shot. Here's Gaylord from the top, gives it right back to a cutter, and that's a travel. Traveling violation recalled on Carly Anderson. So the Crusaders will give it right back. Both teams have turned it over twice.
And here's the full court pressure as we expected from Lancaster Catholic.
It's a man-to-man full court pressure. Hyde and now Marshall have it in the backcourt as they clear Alexis Hardy up to the front court. And Marshall will take it up the floor herself. And to Hardy at the top of the foul line. Alexis dribbles herself out of a traffic jam, swings it around for Maggs. And now for Hyde. So we screen a roll for Maggs, not there. Up high for Marshall. Hardy on the right side. Spartans with the patience, trying to get it to Stewart, but the sagging defense got to take the shot, and they do, and Marshall makes them pay.
Big one by Lily Marshall. Yeah, left wide open with the focus on stopping Amaya Stewart.
So Lily Marshall gets the first 2 for the Spartans. Average is just 2.5 points per game. But the Spartans are on the board first. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. 2-0 Wyomissing.
Wow, I opened my mouth too early yesterday and said the game would be in the 40s. Well, one team was in the 40s. The other one wasn't. But these two teams play terrific defense. Wyomissing allows just 30 points a game. Lancaster Catholic just 33.9.
The turnover for the Crusaders is Nevaeh Kennedy tried to drive along the baseline, and it got called for a double dribble. So 3 turnovers now for the Crusaders, and the Spartans and Maya Stewart have it back. Maya puts up the shot. Might have been partially deflected by Gaylord. The Spartans try to catch it before it goes out of bounds, but Alexis Hardy had her toes on the line when she grabbed the basketball, so the Spartans will give it right back. Maya Stewart pulling up for the jumper. Again, just going to see if there's any tentativeness now on Maya Stewart's part after getting that early offensive foul. Kennedy, Albertini, and around for Pisano, and into the corner for Anderson. Looking inside for Gaylord. She's on the opposite blocks. Here's a steal by Maggs. Maggs ahead of the court will lay it in with the left hand, and the Spartans are on top.
Great defense by Casey Maggs.
4-0 Spartans as they steal, and the layup for Casey Maggs adds 2 more for the Spartans. 4 turnovers now for the Crusaders. Left side is Anderson. Stewart closes out on her. Back for Albertini around the perimeter and for Kennedy. Fakes right, goes left, nothing there. Good defense by the Spartans in the half court.
This zone has been outstanding all season long for WEEU.
Kennedy off the screen for 3 as well short. Long rebound is gathered up by Lily Marshall. Looking up the head, looking for Stewart. Amaya goes through the traffic and lays it in for 2.
European step by Amaya Stewart for her first basket, and the Crusaders won a timeout.
An early timeout for Lancaster Catholic as the Spartans have jumped out to a 6-0 advantage. 3:53 left to go. Back to Hershey in 30 seconds.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
3 minutes, 53 seconds remaining. Good start for the Spartans. It's 6-0 Wyomissing on top. Lancaster Catholic without a point and 4 turnovers and a timeout for Charlie Detz and Lancaster Catholic.
I don't think he was very happy with the offensive performance by his team so far. He kept pointing down to that end of the floor during the timeout.
No substitutes for either way. The starters are still out there. In the low post for Gaylord. Up against Hardy and a foul. It's going to be a 2-shot foul coming up for Morgan Gaylord. I believe it's going to be Alexis Hardy on the foul. It is. Morgan Gaylord, the junior, 53% free throw shooter on the season. Comes up empty on the first. It's been a devastating season in terms of injuries for Lancaster Catholic. They're missing a couple of players because of ACL injuries. One of them a senior in Stella Higgins, who is committed to Kutztown University. Another J.C. Shane was shaken up a couple games ago in the first round of the district playoffs and is in concussion protocol. Gaylord misses both free throws. Carly Hyde has the rebound. Spartans with a chance to add on to what is right now a 6-0 lead.
Emma Stefanow, junior, was averaging almost 6 points a game. She's missed the last several games. I don't think she's in uniform today as well.
Maggs and Hyde and Marshall catch around the perimeter. Maya Stewart to the elbow of the foul line, gives it back for Hardy. They're backing around. Spartans being patient, but again, they've got a 6-0 lead. They can afford to be. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Again, they sag off of Marshall. Didn't look for a shot. Tried to force that pass to Amaya Stewart, but it was kicked away. Amaya, the last time, that similar situation said, go ahead and shoot it. And Marshall did, and she made it. Into the game comes Audrey Hurleman for the Spartans, the 5'9 senior. Comes in, and Carly Hyde comes out. Try to screen open Hurleman. They get her the ball, but she couldn't finish the shot. Partially deflected by Kennedy. And Kennedy and the Crusaders have it back the other way. Maya Stewart will knock it out of bounds and stop the break.
Yeah, Audrey had a path to the basket. I agree with you, Bob. I think somebody, whether it was Kennedy or not, somebody tipped the shot.
So the Crusaders will inbound underneath. And with Hurleman in there, obviously just a tremendous athlete, but also a size and presence in there to go along with the Maya Stewart. She closes out on top. And here is a 3 off the hands of Anderson. Comes up well short. Kennedy comes up with the rebound and kicks it right back to Anderson. Again, Gaylord at the high post. They get it to her. Gives it right back to Anderson. Blocked by Amaya Stewart. Controlled by Amaya. Up ahead, too high. Over Marshall's head, and Wyomissing gives it right back. Anderson tied up between a couple of Spartans. And Audrey Hurleman comes up with it for Wyomissing. 5 turnovers for Lancaster Catholic. Hardy gives it up for Stewart. Again, with the trying to go around Kennedy. Lost the handle. The Spartans turn it back. Up ahead, Natalie Chalucci is in the game for Lancaster Catholic. Here's Kennedy into 2 Spartans and a foul. This one, I believe, will be on Audrey Hurleman.
It should be, and honestly, I think the whistle blew before the contact.
So that will put Kennedy at the free throw line for Lancaster Catholic. She will shoot 2 as Audrey Hurleman picks up her first, Wyomissing's third. 2:06 to go in the first. Right now, it is a 6-0 Spartan lead. Kennedy keeps it that way as he misses the first of 2. Kennedy, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. She had 27 in the semifinal win over DeLone Catholic. And with 2:06 to go in the first quarter, she gets the Crusaders on the board. It's 6-1 Wyomissing. Hardy quickly gets it across half court and around for Marshall, for Hurleman, and for Maggs. Stewart on the opposite blocks. Now she comes up high, sets the screen. Screen a roll for Amaya. Kicks it back for Marshall. Now dumps it inside. Good pass for Stewart, and can't get the ball. And the ball loose on the floor and is pulled away by Nevaeh Kennedy. Quickly up the floor and then puts on the brakes.
I'm sorry, Bob. Great look by Marshall.
Sings it around for Anderson. 1:35 to go in the first. Great opportunity for Wyomissing, but Amaya just could not finish. Gaylord will pop for a right elbow, and there's the first field goal for Lancaster Catholic.
Kind of a push shot, left-handed push shot by Morgan Gaylord. Gets it done.
6-3 now our score. 1:18 to go. Marshall beats the pressure, tried to force that pass down low, and she's tied up. Possession hour will keep it in the Spartans' favor. Alexis Hardy will be the inbounder for Wyomissing underneath their own bucket. Hurleman sets the back screen for Stewart, gives it up instead for the screener and Hurleman, and it's blocked out of bounds. They're going to stay Wyomissing basketball. So now they'll flip the opposite side of the basket to inbound. Now Hurleman and Stewart up in opposite end blocks. And eventually Stewart has to come up high. Dangerous pass almost taken away by Carly Anderson.
Hurleman cut back door. She missed her.
There's the screen and roll for Marshall. Faded away and missed the shot. Rebounded by Nevaeh Kennedy, and back comes Lancaster Catholic. Inside of 50 seconds to go in quarter number one. Right side is Albertini, no good from two. Stewart has the rebound. And Wyomissing, we'll see if Aaron Anders wants one shot here with 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Hurleman goes baseline, going to pull up for the shot, not there. Rebounded by Chalucci, and here comes Lancaster Catholic back the other way. Anderson drives, off balance, no. Rebounded by Hardy. With 20 seconds to go, and is taken away by Albertini. Kick out for Kennedy for three. That's no good. Stewart and Hurleman knocked it away from each other. Ends up in the hands of Lancaster Catholic, but not for long. They throw it right away. And now another one turned out of bounds, or a timeout call by Wyomissing. Aaron Anders going to call a timeout here. Interesting call here with 8.4 seconds left to go. Wyomissing is going to call a full timeout at the end of the first quarter.
8 seconds left, but that was a ragged series there. A lot of the ball exchanged hands several times. I think there were maybe 4 turnovers on that, 2 by each.
And so Aaron Anders, I'm not sure if he just wanted to try to settle his troops down, but he certainly wants to make the most out of these final 8 seconds of the first quarter.
Bob, 2 things at this end, the Wyomissing offensive end. I think Audrey Hurleman is trying to do a little bit too much offensively. Secondly, Lily Marshall had the lane, and she didn't square up to the basket. She kind of faded away, and she didn't really have a good shot at the rim. They just got to – you can't anticipate the ball's going to be blocked. You just got to go up and shoot it, and she will the next time she gets that chance.
Yeah, just a little bit of a tentativeness.
Yes.
Look, this is a district championship. This is the big floor, the big house, all those kind of things. But Lily Marshall ended up getting the first bucket for Wyomissing, and she was kind of provoked to do that by Amaya Stewart because she was trying to do what she's supposed to do, which is to get the ball down low to Amaya. And Amaya basically said, hey, they're not going to guard you. Go ahead and shoot it. And she did, and she scored. 6-3, Wyomissing on top, and we'll see what Aaron Anders dialed up in that timeout with 8.4 seconds to go. And, of course, Lancaster Catholic will pick up full court as they always do. For Maggs, up to half court for Hardy. Hardy on the floor. Puts it up towards Hurleman and tipped out of bounds, and that will end the first quarter. So the timeout doesn't get them any buckets, but the Spartans do indeed have the lead after one. 8 minutes in the books. It's Wyomissing 6, Lancaster Catholic 3. Back with quarter number 2 after this on WEEU in Reading.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Buying or selling a home in Berks County? Kelly Spade, your go-to real estate expert at Keller Williams Platinum Realty, is here to help. With 19-plus years of experience, Kelly makes your move easy and stress-free. A proud supporter of Wyomissing girls basketball, Kelly is committed to our community. Visit kellyspade.com to get started. We, too, at WEU, committed to the community and the community of basketball in particular. The Wyomissing Spartans lead Lancaster Catholic 6-3 as we start the second quarter. He's Rich Garcelle. I'm Bob McCool, and it's the Crusaders with the basketball to start this second quarter. Kennedy working her way inside at Stewart. Not there. Stewart's long arm changes the direction, and Wyomissing has it back.
A little change in the Catholic offense. They put Kennedy at the high post instead of Gaylord and move Gaylord down low.
Audrey Hurleman on the floor still to start the second quarter. Hardy underneath trying to wait for people to clear out of her way, and they'll call her for a traveling violation. Wyomissing gets called for its 7th turnover. Hardy just kind of waiting for everybody to clear out her way off the pump fake.
Bob, I got to be honest, I was blocked out. I didn't see whether she shuffled her feet or not, but I know she had an opportunity there and she was waiting. Try to draw the foul at least.
So the Crusaders will get it back. 6 turnovers apiece in that first quarter. It's Stewart, Hurleman, Hyde, Hardy, and Maggs, the 5 on the floor for the Spartans, with Hurleman and Stewart in the back line of that 3-2 zone defense.
They're trying to get Kennedy the ball more at that high post and see if she can either dish or penetrate.
She is their top scorer, just under 14 points a game, has just 1 of the Crusaders' 3. By Rich Garcella's numbers, Lancaster Catholic 1 for 8 from the field in the first quarter and 6 turnovers to go along with it. Throw in 1 for 4 from the foul line. Wasn't an ideal 8 minutes for Lancaster Catholic. Around the outside for Chalucci, trying to get inside for Gaylord. Knocked away, taken away by Audrey Hurleman. In the open court is Hyde. Right back for Hurleman. Works her way around the defense off the rim. No. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Amaya Stewart. Spartans come up empty.
Bob, these two teams are each 22-4. They're not playing like it.
No, they are not. Out of Lancaster Lebanon League Section 3, the Crusaders went 9-1 in that section. Northern Lebanon, who Wyomissing beat in the semifinals, was second at 8-2, followed by Manheim Central at 7-3. Here's Kennedy on the right side. Pull-up jumper for 2. No. Rebounded by Hurleman. Outlet pass up ahead. Here comes Alexis Hardy across the half-court stripe. A little hesitation and a drive and a kick for Maggs to the foul line for Hurleman. Backdoor look for Amaya Stewart. Repositions, misses. Tries to get her own rebound, misses the putback. Fight for the loose basketball. Hurleman will win that fight. Kicks it out for Hardy and around. Hyde will tee it up for 3, in and out. And ultimately rebounded by Kennedy. Spartans miss out on a couple of opportunities there. Crusaders have it back. 5 of them. Anderson, long pass from left side to right corner. And swinging around from Albertini to Kennedy. Another long pass across the top of the defense for Lancaster Catholic. Kennedy has it back now on the right wing to the corner for Albertini. And now the Crusaders kind of sizing things up against this 3-2 zone defense. Now it looks like they're going to drop back into a man. There's a kick out for Kennedy at the top for 3. Again, no good. Ball loose on the floor, and Anderson had it for a moment, couldn't control it, knocked it out of bounds. It's Wyomissing basketball.
Lancaster Catholic 1 for 11 from the field. Wyomissing 3 for 10. Or actually, 3 for 15.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I forgot the last possession.
That last possession.
I have it written down separately. When we get a break, I have to catch up with it.
Ava Pisano checks back in for Lancaster Catholic. 5 minutes to go in the first half. It's 6-3. Here's Hurleman, blocked by Pisano. Great rejection by Ava Pisano, who just checked in. Back comes Lancaster Catholic. Kennedy trying to go from one to the other. Lost the handle. Right to Stewart. Outlet pass up ahead for Maggs. Casey Maggs will pull it out. Wait for help.
I'll go out on a limb here. We're not hitting 40 today, Bob.
No. Right now we might not hit 20 the way this thing is progressing. More turnovers and points from both sides. Here's Maggs for 3. That's no good. Offensive rebound. Good box out by Morgan Gaylord, keeping Amaya Stewart off the offensive glass. Here's Kennedy in the open floor.
Stewart very conscious about not picking up her second foul.
Yeah, it's really changed the way she can approach this game because she doesn't want that second here in this first half. We have 4:15 to go in the second. High post is Gaylord. Catch and shoot for 2. No. Tipped around, controlled by Casey Maggs and Wyomissing. Again, Maggs will wait for help, but she put on the brakes and she traveled with it.
Turnover number 8 for Wyomissing.
Addie Loeb will check into the game for Wyomissing. Excellent three-point shooter. Maybe she can give the Spartans an offensive spark. 5'5" sophomore has 41 threes on the season. Here's a timeout called. This will be a Lancaster Catholic timeout. We are halfway through the second. No score so far in the second. It's still 6-3. Wyomissing on top. We come back to Hershey after this.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Well, if you missed the start of the second quarter, you haven't missed a whole lot because nobody scored so far here in the second quarter. At the end of one, it was 6-3 Wyomissing. It's still 6-3 Spartans as both teams just trying to figure this thing out so far in this first half.
That's a polite way of putting it.
While after the Lancaster Catholic timeout, the Crusaders have the basketball. Carly Anderson, their second leading scorer, 11.2 per game. Gives it up for Charlotte Albertini, and around for Nevaeh Kennedy and Ava Pisano, along with Morgan Gaylord. That's the 5 on the floor for Lancaster Catholic. Anderson will tee up the 3. That's no good. And tipped around on the floor, and eventually Amaya Stewart will control the rebound for Wyomissing.
Well, let's see if Addie Loeb can give Wyomissing's offense a spark. She had 2 big threes in the second quarter at Northern Lebanon in that district semifinal.
She's on the floor along with Lily Marshall, Audrey Hurleman, Amaya Stewart, and Alexis Hardy. Loeb gives it up for Hardy. Now he's swinging around for Marshall. And Stewart down on the opposite low block, guarded by Morgan Gaylord. It's been a really good job on her so far. They sag off of Marshall. She gives it up instead for Hardy. And around for Marshall. Open for the 3, not looking to take it.
Hurleman.
Great pass to Hurleman for 2.
Great steal by Hurleman. She gets her first basket. Nice pass by Lily Marshall.
So the Spartans now lead at 8-3, and we got some points in the second quarter. It took us 5 minutes, but we got them. At 3 minutes left to go, it's 8-3 Wyomissing. Pisano to the corner for Kennedy, goes baseline. Great bounce pass for Gaylord, couldn't handle it cleanly, and Alexis Hardy came from behind and stole it away from her, and now a foul by Lancaster Catholic. Great anticipation by Alexis Hardy.
Sure. Wyomissing's playing very aggressively on defense, doing a great job when the ball gets low.
So Wyomissing gets it right back now with an 8-3 advantage and 2:47 to go in the first half.
What are we waiting for? I'm not sure.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I'm not sure.
They pick up full court. They guard the inbounds. Hardy comes back to help out. And now Marshall will take it across half court for Wyomissing. For another pass up down low. This time it is Hurleman again. Basically the same play.
Really. Hurleman sealed against Pisano twice and scored twice from the left side.
Lily Marshall delivered the goods both times. All of a sudden, it's 10-3 Spartans with 2:20 left to go in the first half. Kennedy, and now for Pisano. Long way from the basket. Albertini to the corner for Anderson. Will fire up another 3. In and out. Hurleman tries to gather the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be Lancaster Catholic basketball, I believe. Casey Maggs back in for Wyomissing. Natalie Chalucci back in for Lancaster Catholic. And it is indeed Crusader basketball. Lancaster Catholic inbounding underneath. Lancaster Catholic beat Berks Catholic earlier this season 37-31. And Wyomissing beat Berks Catholic 37-34. So that's pretty much what we expected going into this. As Rich said, they didn't expect it to get to 40. We got work to do to get to 30 in this one.
I'm not sure if we're going to hit 30 here. 10-3 with 2:03 to left. Lancaster Catholic with just 1 field goal in the first 14 minutes.
Amaya Stewart with the same, just 1 field goal so far. 10-3 Wyomissing on top. Here's Kennedy, drives inside, kicks it back outside for Gaylord. Swinging around now for Albertini and trying to screen open Kennedy. Drives into the paint. Maya Stewart makes her put on the brakes.
Kennedy looks reluctant to shoot from the outside.
Gaylord, hook shot, partially blocked by Stewart. Controlled by Hurleman. Spartans have it back. Lily Marshall pushes it up the floor to Casey Maggs and back for Hurleman. from left side to right for Hardy, excuse me. And now Alexis Hardy will reset between the circles with a minute and a half to go in half number one. Stewart from the foul line puts it on the floor, trapped and fouled.
Yeah, she was triple teamed as soon as she put the ball on the floor. It's going to be the second team foul on Lancaster Catholic. Not sure who it's against.
Nevaeh Kennedy is the culprit. Her first, team second. Wyomissing inbounds for Casey Maggs on the right perimeter. Stewart calls for it. Turns, faces, shoots, misses. And Carly Anderson has the rebound for Lancaster Catholic.
Stewart 1 for 6 so far.
Kennedy from the baseline goes right into Hurleman. Jump ball possession. I'll give it back to Wyomissing. Great defense by Ergie Hurleman.
That's the 10th turnover by the Crusaders in this half.
Carly Hyde will now check back in for Wyomissing, giving Hurleman a breather after a great defensive play by Hurleman, forcing the turnover back to the Spartans.
It's Wyomissing ball. There was a little bit of confusion by one official. The other official corrected it.
So Wyomissing has it. Lancaster Catholic, of course, will pick them up full court. 1:08 to go in the half, and a 10-3 Spartans lead. Marshall pushes it across the floor, gives it up for Carly Hyde. Along with Stewart, Hardy, and Maggs, the starting five out there right now for Wyomissing for this final minute. Marshall for the right side for Hardy. Hardy looking for her first points of the game as well. Gives it up instead for Stewart out around the perimeter. They trap her. They take it away from her.
She can't keep dribbling the ball like that up top.
There's a pass up ahead for Anderson. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Casey Maggs. It'll stay Crusader basketball. There's 40.2 left to go in quarter number 2.
Lancaster Catholic with 3 points in this game with 40 seconds left in the first half.
Remind you, we got more basketball coming your way. Coming up next, it's Exeter against Hershey, boys 5A championship here on WEEU. And, of course, it will be available to watch it as well on our 8:30 WEEU Sports YouTube channel. Crusaders not showing any patience. They're going to work for one shot here.
Are you kidding me?
They've only got one field goal in the first half, and they're looking for one last field goal here to finish the half. But now 15 seconds to go.
1 for 15 from the field so far.
Kennedy with the ball on the left side, out high for Anderson with 10 seconds to go. Off the screen, Anderson double-teamed, works her way through it, but traveled her way through it. Turnover right back.
Turnover number 11 for Lancaster Catholic. Wyomissing will get one last chance.
And time for the Spartans, but they're going to have to hurry with 6.9 to go against that Lancaster Catholic pressure. For Marshall, across half court with 5. Marshall to the foul line. Bounce pass for Stewart off the rim. No. Put back. No. And that will end the first half in a maybe fitting style as Wyomissing comes up empty, but they shut down Lancaster Catholic, hold the Crusaders to just 3 first-half points after 2 quarters. Wyomissing 10, Lancaster Catholic 3. We'll take a timeout back with our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show right after this.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcome and comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com. Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. They are listening to 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. And our halftime show alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. I'll break down the defense. Rich will break down the offense here at our halftime. 10-3 is our score. Wyomissing leads it. It's just been that kind of a game. Sometimes we talked about this a little bit with Berks Catholic yesterday about how comfortable they feel playing here at the Giant Center. I don't know how much of that has anything to do with the presence of this or the defense of the other teams, but both teams just have not taken care of the basketball. Lots of turnovers, a combined 20 turnovers between the two teams. They've had their chances. They've had some shots. They just have not been able to finish on either end.
Whether it's football or basketball, in the low-scoring games, you say, is it the offense or defense or combination of both? I'm sorry. This is the offense. Yeah. The offense on both teams has been terrible. I just can't say any more than that. When one team scores 3 points in 16 minutes and they're still down only 7, that's incredible. Yeah. Again, the two teams have combined for 37 shooting and 20 turnovers. And they're both 22 and 4.
Well, that's
like it doesn't make sense.
It's not like one of these teams snuck into the district championship. There's a lot. Again, this is 2 defending district champions. Wyomissing in 4A, Lancaster Catholic in 3A. And oh, by the way, there happens to be a player on this floor who has scored over 1,800 points in her career, in Amaya Stewart. I still think this is not fine. This is not an excuse for Amaya Stewart. But that early foul call just changed the complexion for Amaya Stewart. She was very tentative from that point forward because she knows if I pick up the second, we've got a problem here, and she just didn't want to. She wanted to make sure she didn't pick up the second.
So, Bob, you can look at this 2 ways. If you're Lancaster Catholic, we scored 3 points and we're only down 7.
Right.
If you're Wyomissing, Amaya's 1 for 8 from the field and only has 2 points. You got to feel good if you're both teams. You got to look at it if you're looking through rose-colored glasses. That's what you've got to do. You got to look at it optimistically. I think Amaya Stewart's going to go off in the second half. Yeah, I do.
It seems like it's inevitable at this point in time, and she started to get to her opportunities inside. She just wasn't able to finish. But again, there's just a little bit of almost a pause and a thought process for Amaya right now. But now she'll start fresh and clean with just the 1 foul as the second half starts. So maybe that is the kickstart that Wyomissing leads. I would expect both teams will stay in the locker room for a while, try to figure some things out after a rough first half. We'll see if half number 2 changes the dynamic a little bit. Don't forget the second half of our doubleheader here at WEEU coming up, scheduled for airtime at 6 o'clock once this game is over with. The boys 5A game, that'll be Exeter against Hershey. We expect that one to be a very tight ball game as well. The Exeter Eagles, the Hershey Trojans coming your way. The 5A championship coming up at 6 o'clock here on WEEU after our game. In game 1 here is over with. As Wyomissing looking to join Berks Catholic in the victor circle in the district champions in 2025. Spartans are halfway home. They lead Lancaster Catholic 10-3. Back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania. what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Got a special event? Let Renner's Markets cover the catering with their delicious selection of party platters and prepared foods. Host the best brunch with their sunrise brioche sliders, wraps, and fruit trays. Treat your guests to Renner's assortment of pastries and cakes, or take your party to the next level with fried or rotisserie chicken, shrimp cocktail trays, traditional or boneless wings, and even more easy-to-heat meals made by our executive chefs. Put down the apron and pick up the party with Renner's Catering. Check out the menu at the market or order online at rennersmarkets.com.
Welcome back. Our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show continues. Let's go run down the scoring in the first half. Audrey Hurleman with 4 for Wyomissing, 2 each for Lily Marshall, Casey Maggs, and for Amaya Stewart. For Lancaster Catholic, Morgan Gaylord with their lone field goal with the 2 points, and Nevaeh Kennedy, their top scorer, just 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And the third point for Wyomissing, for Lancaster Catholic, 10-3, our score, Wyomissing on top at the break.
I know people can run faster 100-yard dashes or 100-meter dashes than that it took for you to go down the scoring. Oh, my gosh.
So here's the piece of this that I just found curious. Again, we're talking about how the two teams and the coaches are going to talk about at halftime. Wyomissing was in the locker room for a pretty long time. There's only about a minute and change left to go as the start of the second half, and the Spartans are just emerging from the locker room. So I'm sure it was a rather spirited conversation at halftime. But again, no reason to be upset. You are up at halftime, but I think Aaron Anders knows that the Spartans are certainly far more capable than what they played in the first half. And now here's Amaya Stewart inside,
working on her layups,
working on finishing inside, because she had her moments in the second quarter. She just wasn't able to get it done.
She had 7 rebounds, but I think 4 of them were off her own misses. Honestly, you're right. If she's got to be aggressive. Forget what happened in the first minute of the game. You only had 1 foul. That's it. You only have 1 foul. Go after it. Be aggressive.
And then the flip side of it for Wyomissing, they also had those 2 great plays where Lily Marshall found Audrey Hurleman sealing down on that low post, and it led the Spartans 2 field goals, and Audrey Hurleman's 2 field goals in that second quarter.
Yeah, I just don't know. But I just think that Stewart's got to come out here and be aggressive and try, to impose her will on this game.
Again, just to give you some numbers for Amaya, 10th all-time in scoring. She needs 21 to move past Krista Ricketts, the former Daniel Boone standout, went on to play at Daniel Boone. Krista Ricketts finished with 1866, and she needs 41 to tie 42 to become the all-time leading scorer at Wyomissing High School, and that would move her past Rachel Hoffman, who, of course, is now the Wyomissing girls basketball coach. But Rachel Hoffman, outstanding basketball player at Wyomissing before going on to becoming an All-American at Penn State University. She will be honored as an inductee into the 2025 class of the Berks County Sports Hall of Fame coming up in April. Here's a kick out for Carly Anderson. The Lancaster Catholic start the third quarter. Comes up empty. Alexis Hardy comes up with a rebound for Wyomissing.
Anderson's their best outside shooter. She hasn't scored yet.
It's Casey Maggs, Alexis Hardy, Lily Marshall, Carly Hyde, Amaya Stewart, the starters for Aaron Anders Spartans on their first possession here in quarter number 3.
Pisano is going to try to guard Stewart as opposed to Gaylord. Gaylord did that for most of the first half.
Hyde drives, kicks it for Hardy, and 3, and got it!
Wow, they needed that. Somebody needed that.
Alexis Hardy with her 11th 3 of the season, and now it's a 13-3 Spartan advantage. To the corner now for Charlotte Albertini. Stewart closes out on her. Entry pass to Gaylord, couldn't handle it. Lancaster Catholic's 12th turnover, and the Spartans will give it right back.
I don't know what happened there. If the ball was knocked loose or...
Here's Albertini, puts on the brake, spins off the glass. No. Deflected around, loose on the floor. Albertini had it. Maggs bumped into her. Foul, Casey Maggs. Both going for the basketball. Casey Maggs runs into Charlotte Albertini, who got her own miss. And the foul on Maggs, her first, Spartans first. And quickly a substitution for Lancaster Catholic as Ava Swartz a junior, will check into the game for the first time.
I was going to say that's a new player, and she's going to try to guard. Or let's see, they're in offense now, but I guess she's going to try to guard Hardy.
There's a backdoor feed to Kennedy off the inbounds play, well executed, and Kennedy will get the bucket.
First basket of the game for Lancaster Catholic's leading scorer.
She was the inbounder to Gaylord and right back to her. Here's Maggs to the rim. No. Ball deflected around. Stewart picks it up, puts up the shot, blocked by Gaylord. Hardy gets the rebound. Hyde out the top for three. That's no good. Long rebound is gathered up by Ava Swartz. Lancaster Catholic gets it back. 13-5 is our score. Kennedy trying to put a little bounce in a Crusader step. Gets it right back at the top of the key. Albertini into the paint for Gaylord. Trying to spin on Stewart. Up with the left hand. No. Kennedy flies in. Comes up with another rebound. Kicks back for Anderson. Through traffic. She's tripped and fouled. Good hustle play right now by Nevaeh Kennedy. Trying to make something happen for Lancaster Catholic. And the foul going to be called on Maggs. That's 2 on Casey Maggs now.
Wow, I thought on that, first couple possessions here, defensively, Amaya Stewart's still a little tentative. She's still, it seems.
Audrey Hurlman now will check in for Wyomissing as Carly Hyde will come out. 2 minutes into the second half. It is 13-5, Spartans on top. Albertini, Anderson, Swartz, and Kennedy around the outside with Gaylord at the high post. Kick it back for Swartz. The Spartans close out on her. High post for Gaylord through her hands, into the hands of Lily Marshall. Marshall trying to outrun the Crusaders and will and score.
Lily Marshall's playing really well today. Comes up with the steal and layup.
Spartans lead is back to 10 at 15-5 on Lily Marshall's second field goal. Gaylord at the high post kicks it right back for Albertini. But having a lot of connections, or trouble connecting with Gaylord and the passes into her. Either she's not catching it or the passes aren't very good, either or. Here's a miss by Albertini to Swartz. She tries to save it, throws it away. Wyomissing has it back. Up ahead, Hardy across half court. Alexis, bounce pass for Stewart. Spins, shoots, misses. Rebounded by Kennedy. Up ahead, dangerous pass for Anderson. She's going to have to try to run it down. Saves it. Hardy had it for a moment, knocked out of her hands. I believe it's Wyomissing basketball. It is.
That's turnover number 4 this quarter for Catholic. 15 overall for the two-time defending 4A or 5A or 3A, champions. I'm confused. This game has gotten me confused. A little discombobulated. Sorry.
They beat Columbia in the AAA championship last year, and then won the state championship. Here's Marshall, picked the ball up, put the ball on the floor. The official said it touched the half-court stripe, so that's a Wyomissing turnover.
Stress said. It happened right in front of us.
4:47 to go in the third quarter. It's 15-5, Wyomissing on top. Harley Anderson with the basketball. Anderson and Kennedy, their top 2 scorers, combining for almost 25 points a game. Kennedy has 2. Anderson has not yet scored. Kennedy has 3. Here's Swartz to the top. It's an air ball for a 3 into the hands of Hurlman. Up ahead for Hardy. Alexis showing her speed. Alexis right into 2 defenders and a foul. Alexis Hardy.
They call a block or a charge?
I think they called a block.
Whoa. Yep, on Swartz.
So the foul on Swartz, her first. Lancaster Catholic's first. Wyomissing will inbound underneath. Stewart kicks it around for Hurlman. Almost lost it. Good defense by Albertini. Hardy in front of the Spartan bench for Maggs. And around the left side for Marshall. To the corner for Hurlman. Tries to go baseline, tripped and fouled. That one's going to be an Albertini. That'll be her second. Crusaders' second. And again, Wyomissing will inbound underneath their own bucket.
Not sure why the Lancaster Catholic students are booing that call, because that was as clear as any call that's been made this game.
Natalie Chalucci will check back into the game now for Lancaster Catholic as Swartz will come out. Hardy the inbounder for
Gotta
Maggs.
get Stewart the ball here.
She has it now in left elbow. Finds Hurlman underneath. Audrey off the glass for 2.
Hurlman with a pass from Stewart. Wyomissing with its biggest lead, Bob?
17-5 indeed at 12 is their biggest lead halfway through the third. Anderson off the screen from Gaylord. Going to go all the way at Stewart. Up with a reverse and got it home.
That's her first basket. That was a pretty move by Anderson.
And
you could see that coming.
Kennedy steals the inbounds. Gives it up for Anderson. Up and blocked and fouled by Hurlman.
Yeah, you could see that coming. Kennedy waited in the weeds and came up with the steal off the inbound pass.
Audrey Hurleman picks up her second foul. Spartans third here in the third, and it puts Anderson at the free throw line for the first time. She's a 74% free throw shooter on the season. Excuse me, a 68% free throw shooter, and she makes the first. It's a little spurt here for the Lancaster Catholic Crusaders after Wyomissing opened up its biggest lead at 12. Substitution in the game is Carly Hyde coming in for Casey Maggs. Anderson about to shoot a second. And makes them both. So a bucket, a steal, and 2 foul shots, and suddenly it's a 17-9 game in favor of Wyomissing. No problem beating the pressure this time for the Spartans. Marshall, Hyde, Hurleman, Stewart, and Hardy on the floor, nearly taken away by Kennedy.
And Catholic with its biggest run of the game, 4. Really, that's and that's significant because it's only 17-9.
They didn't have a 4-point run in the first half. We know that because they only had 3. 3:30 left to go in the third quarter. Another dangerous pass, almost taken away.
What we've seen here in the third quarter is Lancaster Catholic is trying to contest every pass. Forget every pass inside, but even pass outside from wing to wing or from point to wing.
Hardy finally gets it in bounds as Amaya Stewart has to come to the rescue.
They're trying to deny the ball.
Hyde for Marshall on the left wing. Stewart comes out to the high post. Hyde open on the baseline. Another dangerous pass. Kennedy with the steal. Via Kennedy will lay it in, and it's a 6-point run now for the Crusaders in a 6-point game.
Wyomissing's they were sloppy in the first half, but really sloppy with their passing here in the second half. And again, Cap playing much more aggressively at this end.
Hardy drives right at Kennedy, bumped and fouled. Kennedy, the spearhead of the defense right now with a couple of near takeaways and then finally the actual steal. And now she'll get called for her second foul. That's the third against Lancaster Catholic here in the third. Wyomissing again will inbound underneath. 2:52 to go in the third. It's 17-11 Wyomissing. Inbounds for Hardy.
Stewart's got to find a way to make herself available.
Opposite blocks. Now they swing it around left side where Amaya is on the low blocks, guarded by Morgan Gaylord. Gives it up instead for Hardy. Hardy drives through the paint and off the rim. No. Ball loose on the floor. Still loose on the floor. And eventually Carly Anderson will pick it up for Lancaster Catholic. Crusaders on a 6-0 run. They've got the ball back.
Really nice move by Hardy. She just didn't finish.
Anderson, little stutter step move. Kick to the corner. Chalucci for 2. Yes!
That's a 2.
And all of a sudden, the Crusaders are within 4 at 17-3. Natalie Chalucci's first 2. Here's a field goal by Stewart that's no good. And rebounded by Gaylord.
A little bit of a force there by Amaya. A little bit too far from the basket. She's got to make herself available on the blocks.
Left side now for Chalucci. Going to drive inside, blocked by Stewart and out of bounds. It'll stay Crusader basketball. With that, Casey Maggs now will check back in for Wyomissing. So too will Addie Loeb. Hardy comes out. Hyde comes out. First rest of the day for Alexis Hardy. Kennedy going to drive inside. Floater blocked by Stewart. Controlled by Hurleman. And Wyomissing has it back. Up ahead. Dangerous pass, but Stewart controls it. Maya looking to dump it inside. It's deflected and taken away. Another Spartan turnover right back.
That's 14 for Wyomissing.
Kennedy from one end to the other tied up, and they're going to say a foul on Hurleman. That's going to be the third foul on Hurleman. And Kennedy's going to be at the free throw line shooting 2 for Lancaster Catholic. So we mentioned a moment ago that Kennedy and Anderson, their top 2 scorers, had been quiet. They have done their best to will their team back into this basketball game here in the third quarter. And another free throw for Kennedy. She's now got 5 1/4, 6 in the game. And Hurleman with 3 fouls will come out. And in the game for Wyomissing for the first time comes Lily Paolini, a 5'6" sophomore.
The patience that Wyomissing had in the first half is not there so far here in the second half on offense.
Kennedy goes 2 for 2, and all of a sudden the Crusaders are within 2. 17-5 and an 8-0 Lancaster Catholic run. 1:25 left to go in the third. Loeb Gives it up around the outside for Paolini, and now for Stewart, right wing. Amaya tripped, picks it up, gets rid of it. Back to Maggs to the corner for Loeb. They close out. She can't pull the trigger on a three. Swinging around to the right side instead for Paolini, and around back for Stewart. Maya right wing, trying to set somebody out to set a screen for her. Paolini does that. She goes the opposite way of the screen and poked away and fouled by Albertini.
That's her third and team fourth. Yeah, Stewart is getting doubled and triple teamed every time she touches the basketball, even if it's 20 feet away from the basket.
Maya with just 2 points, and they were back in the first quarter. Inbounds for Marshall. Back for Maggs. Down to 50 seconds left to go in the third. Stewart fighting for position. Now she has it. Turns, tries to go around Gaylord. Gets it up in the air. Blocked, picked up by Paolini. Her shot off the bottom of the backboard. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Spartans. Lancaster Catholic has it back. Crusaders with 41.5 left to go in the third have a chance to tie or take their first lead if they can come up with their first three of the game. Harley Anderson will bring it across the half-court stripe with 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
And they're going to play for one. Now, this makes more sense than it did at the end of the half.
It was a 10-3 game at the end of the half, and they came up empty. It's a 17-15 game here at the end of the third. And Charlie Detz wants his team to hold for one now with 12 in the hands of Anderson. Right side for Albertini. Trying to go inside for Gaylord. Forces it into her with Stewart behind her. Up with a shot off the rim. No. Kennedy with another rebound and a putback.
Kennedy, nobody boxed Kennedy out.
And the bucket and a foul as well. Kennedy's going to the free throw line with a chance to put Lancaster Catholic in the lead for the first time.
Paolini with the foul. That's Wyomissing's fifth with 2.8 seconds left in the third.
Kennedy with 8 in the quarter, looking for one more and the lead, and has it. 18-17, Lancaster Catholic on top. Wyomissing will not get a shot off to finish the third. We've got ourselves a ball game now. District championship on the line. Final 8 minutes when we come back to Hershey. It's Lancaster Catholic 18, Wyomissing 17.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Buying or selling a home in Berks County, Kelly Spade, your go-to real estate expert at Keller Williams Platinum Realty, is here to help. With 19-plus years of experience, Kelly makes your move easy and stress-free. A proud supporter of Wyomissing girls basketball, Kelly's committed to your community. Visit kellyspade.com to get started. We start the fourth quarter with Wyomissing now down 18-17. Audrey Hurleman back on the floor for the Spartans. Get it inside to her. She can't get the shot off. Kick it back for Hardy. Back in the game as well. It's back inside for Hurleman. Up off the glass. No. Rebounded again by Kennedy. Deviah Kennedy has taken over this game for Lancaster Catholic and has them on top 18-17 starting the fourth quarter.
Lancaster Catholic is pressuring the ball even 30, 35 feet from the basket.
Harley Anderson drives, blocked by Stewart, and controlled jump ball is the call. It'll stay Lancaster Catholic basketball. Harley Anderson with 4 points in that quarter of the 15. 9 of the 15 scored by Deviah Kennedy. And again, she's had a ton of rebounds as well and a couple of steals. She inbounds for Morgan Gaylord out at the foul line to Anderson in the corner. Casey Maggs closes out on her. Opening minute of the fourth, 18-17 Lancaster Catholic. Crusaders on a run. Kennedy for three. No. On a rebound on the bounce is Hurleman. 13-0 run for Lancaster Catholic. Spartans try to change that. Hardy in the open floor, fouled from behind. Kennedy went for the steal, and I believe that's where the foul is going to be called. It is. Her third, first obviously here in the fourth quarter for Lancaster Catholic.
That's her fourth, Bob, according to the scoreboard.
Okay, stand corrected.
I have her for 3 as well.
Inbounds too tall for Marshall. Hurlman picks it up, missed the shot, and Kennedy pulls down another rebound. That would be huge
if they
if
lose
in fact
Kennedy,
that's correct.
Ooh, and it is. It hasn't been changed yet.
Nope, still says 4, so we'll assume that is correct at the scores table with 6:50 still to play in the ballgame. Anderson guarded by Maggs out near the circles, puts it on the floor, dumps it off inside, tipped out of bounds by Maya Stewart. Carly Hyde now will check back in for Wyomissing, and Hurlman will come out.
But for Wyomissing, they got to realize for how poorly they've played in this half, they're only down 1 point. And in a low-scoring game, anything can happen. They just got to regain their composure here.
Inbounds for Albertini, beyond the foul line and back for Anderson. Lob inside for Kennedy. Stewart closes out, and a foul going to be called on Amaya Stewart. That'll be the second. First against Wyomissing as Kennedy's back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more.
She definitely blocked the shot, but the official saying she made contact with her body.
So the 4 for 4 free throw shooting so far for Nevaeh Kennedy. Her last one gave Lancaster Catholic the lead. And she makes another. 11 for Kennedy, the 19th time in this, the 27th game of the season for Lancaster Catholic that she's been in double figures. She had, again, 27 in the semifinal win over DeLone Catholic. She makes them both. And now a timeout called for Lancaster Catholic. We're going to take one as well for the Crusaders. We're back to Hershey in 30 seconds with 6:34 to go in the ballgame, and Wyomissing down by 3.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
6 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in the ballgame. And District 3 4A championship on the line in this one. Wyomissing led it 17-5. They now trail it 20-17. And Amaya Stewart now come back and take the ball across half court for Wyomissing after the Lancaster Catholic timeout. It's Casey Maggs, Carly Hyde, Alexis Hardy, Maya Stewart, and Lily Marshall, the 5 on the floor for the Spartans. Maggs goes baseline, had a look, didn't take it.
Yeah, she could have gotten a layup there. She was looking to pass all the way. She might have been able to score there.
The ball was kicked out of bounds by the Crusaders, so Wyomissing will inbound underneath. Inbounds for Maggs. Looking for Stewart. Maya catches, turns, left hand, no. Battle for the rebound. It's still loose on the floor, poked away and picked up by Carly Hyde out near half court. Wyomissing gets another look. Gets it back for Maya Stewart. Maya pull-up jumper. There it is.
That's her first basket since the first quarter. Just her third and fourth points of the night.
Ends a 12-0 run, a 15-0 run for Lancaster Catholic. It's now 20-19 in favor of the Crusaders with Amaya Stewart's second field goal of the night. 5:40 still left to play.
You know what? If I'm Lancaster Catholic, I wouldn't hold the ball here. I mean, they've been so successful offensively this half. I would attack.
I would agree with you. It's a 1-point game with still 5.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, like Wyomissing has not played well offensively. I would be attacking.
That was Kennedy. She will attack and then kick to the baseline. Albertini for 2 off the rim. Rebounded by Amaya Stewart. 3 Crusaders around her. They tie her up, but the Spartans on the possession arrow will get the basketball. Audrey Hurleman will now check back in for Wyomissing. Casey Maggs comes out. Lancaster Catholic picking up full court. Maya Stewart again comes back to help out. Maya's going to take it across half court to the foul line. Dumps it off for Hurleman. Gets it back underneath. Stripped and fouled.
Yeah, she's got to go up with it.
See if it's a shooting foul or not.
Be. I think it is. Who's it on now? It is a shooting foul. See, Albertini's listed with 2 and Kennedy with 4. I think that's the difference as Stewart makes the first.
Maya Stewart at the free throw line for the first time on the season, a 76% free throw shooter. And Amaya gets another one here. Put the Spartans back up on top, makes them both. It's 21-20. Wyomissing back up on top.
That was on Anderson, Bob. I just checked.
21-20, Wyomissing on top. 4:50 left to go. Well, Gaylord tied up by 3 different Spartans. And again, the jump ball. It's going to be Lancaster Catholic stays possession. So Wyomissing trapping Morgan Gaylord at the high post. Had her in a web and eventually tied the jump ball. Crusaders are again inbound underneath with Carly Anderson handling that. Swinging out and around for Kennedy. It's been so huge in the second half for Lancaster Catholic. Giving it right back to her in traffic jam. Works her way inside. Off balance and off the glass for 2.
That's a nice play. Stewart had her hands straight up in her face.
Laid the fat back into favor, but here's
Hardy.
Alexis Hardy for 2 and a foul.
Let's see who this is on.
Alexis Hardy ahead of the pack. Scores and gets fouled, and now will be at the free throw line.
It's on Albertini, and that now is her 3rd foul. What a play by Alexis Hardy. Beat everybody down the floor.
Sprint champion Alexis Hardy a little bit too fast for everybody else. Misses the free throw. Gaylord comes up with a rebound. The Spartans are back up on top. 23-22 Wyomissing. 4:30 left to go in the ballgame.
Anderson almost fell into the lane.
She shoots a 3 now, misses it. On the ball loose off the rebound. Gaylord has it. Kicks it back for Albertini, and a foul called by Lancaster Catholic. Crusaders call the timeout with 4:20 left to go in the ballgame. We are to take a timeout here as well. When we come back, the Spartans are back up on top. 23-22 Wyomissing when we come back to Hershey after this.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
If you're buying or selling a home in Berks County, Kelly Spade, your go-to real estate expert at Keller Williams Platinum Realty, is here to help. With 19-plus years of experience, Kelly makes your move easy and stress-free. A proud supporter of Wyomissing girls basketball, Kelly is committed to our community. Visit kellysspade.com to get started. Not so much stress-free right now for Aaron Anders, pacing as he always does throughout the basketball game, but even more so now with his team up by just 1 with 4:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Lancaster Catholic calls the timeout. The Crusaders only have 1 timeout left.
That's true, yep.
Wyomissing, on the other hand, still has 4 of its timeouts remaining.
Wyomissing with 1 team foul. Lancaster Catholic with 3 here in the fourth quarter.
Albertini this time is the inbounder. Gets it out for Anderson, along with Kennedy, Chalucci, and Gaylord, the 5 on the floor for Lancaster Catholic. Kennedy left alone for 3, and the lead in and out. Rebounded by Carly Hyde and Wyomissing. Back in the other hands of Alexis Hardy, who just gave Wyomissing the lead. Hardy again is going to drive, blocked, and fouled. This one's going to be on Anderson, I believe. It's going to put Alexis Hardy at the free throw line to shoot 2 more. It is Anderson.
Yep.
It is her 3rd. It is Lancaster Catholic's 2nd. It's Lancaster Catholic's 4th.
Yep.
So it puts Hardy at the line where she just missed a free throw, and she misses another. Alexis is just a 40% free throw shooter on the season. She's missed 2 in a row.
Wyomissing, as a team, shoots just 55% from the line.
Second one bounces around and falls through. Alexis Hardy now with 6. The lead is 2. 24-22 is our score. Wyomissing on top by the deuce. Inside the halfway mark of the fourth. Chalucci back for Anderson between the circles. Straight up man-to-man right now for Wyomissing.
Now it's a zone, Bob.
Oh, you're right. It is. 3-2 zone defense. Out and around the perimeter for Anderson. Hurleman closes out on her. She tries to go by Hurleman. Hurlman, a little body action to force her along the baseline.
Terrific baseline defense.
The 3:30 now left to go in the ball game. Anderson sees an opening, drives in, hesitates, underneath too far, kicks it for Chalucci, baseline 2.
Really nice pass by Kennedy to Anderson, to Chalucci.
Our first tie of the ball game comes at 24 apiece, and now a turnover in the other end as Amaya Stewart ran out of real estate. Wyomissing will turn it over. Casey Maggs back into the game for the Spartans, and Lily Marshall will come out.
Not sure what happened, Bob. We were both recording the numbers down here. We looked up, and the ball was off Amaya Stewart's hands.
So the Crusaders have it back and a chance to regain the lead as we approach 3 minutes left to go in the ballgame. First turnover of the quarter for Wyomissing, but their 16th of the day.
Really, for either team.
Yep.
Lancaster Catholic, for all the sloppiness they had in the first 3 quarters, has no turnovers this quarter.
Both teams have cleaned it up in the second half, which is why we've got more offense here in the second half. Tied at 24 with 2:50 now left to go. Crusaders working it around the perimeter, looking for an opening against the Wyomissing defense. Anderson and Kennedy playing catch, 30 feet from the bucket. Trying to pull them out of the zone defense, and Wyomissing not moving.
And you know what? Again, I would attack. The way the Catholic is playing on offense, I would attack.
They're not going to pull them out of the zone defense. No reason for Wyomissing to come out of it.
There's no reason. It's a tie game.
Kennedy in trouble, forces inside, throws it away.
Yeah, that possession was meaningless.
Up ahead, Hyde gives it back and then gets it right back between the circles and around for Maggs, with Hardy and Stewart on the floor and with Hurlman for Wyomissing. Off the Hurlman screen, Maggs goes all the way to the basket, blocked by Gaylord, out of bounds, off of
Maggs.
Casey Maggs.
Yeah, that was off Maggs.
Good defense by Morgan Gaylord, forces Wyomissing to turn it over. Still tied at 24, and now it
looks like Salucci got hit in somewhere. I'm not sure.
She is shaken up.
Not sure what happened.
Down on the floor. Not Charlie Detz, and now the trainer comes out to take a look at Natalie Chalucci.
Yeah, Gaylord had the block. I'm not sure where Salucci was on the play. Bob, this is like a it's like a football game between 2 ground-oriented teams. There aren't many possessions left in this game here with 2 minutes left and the score tied. So every possession has tremendous value.
Remind you, we got another ball game coming your way, coming up right now, scheduled for a 6 o'clock airtime. That is Exeter and Hershey in the boys 5A game. She is up and able to walk off the court on her own power. She's got a little bit of tape on her knee, and it looks like she's hobbling with that right knee. So may have just tweaked that knee a bit.
Pisano's going to come in for her. She's given them a lift. She has 4 points in this half.
And with 2 minutes left to go in the ball game, we are tied at 24, and Lancaster Catholic will have the basketball. So it's Gaylord, Anderson, Kennedy, Albertini, and Pisano, the 5 on the floor for Lancaster Catholic.
Let's see if Catholic, again, tries to hold the ball and try to force Wyomissing out of the zone. I'm not sure.
Give it up high for Gaylord and back for Anderson. Drives and kicks it for Albertini and back for Gaylord. They go in and then right back out again. Kennedy and Anderson just playing catch. Clock at 1:35 to go in the ball game. Tied at 24. Lancaster Catholic looking for its 20th District 3 championship. Only school with more, the Reading High Red Knights boys team, who has 24. Kennedy, Anderson, still playing catch.
Wyomissing has just 1 team foul, too. Don't forget that.
But again, no reason to.
No
it's
reason
a tie
to
game.
foul? Right.
You're not trailing. Here's Kennedy working off a screen. Nothing there. Gives it up for Anderson. Lost the handle, turned it over. So that's twice in a row they've tried to hold the ball and turned it over.
Empty possessions. 2 empty possessions. And again, each possession has tremendous value. Let's see if Aaron Anders tries to hold the ball for a minute.
Wyomissing will call a timeout to talk about it. A full timeout for the Spartans with 1 minute and 1 second remaining. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Tied at 24, 61 seconds remaining in this District 3 Girls 4A Championship game.
Well, I don't think there's been a possession in this game that Wyomissing has had that's lasted a minute. You also have to remember this. Catholic has 14 fouls, so the next foul, Wyomissing goes to the line. I don't know if Wyomissing can hold the ball for a minute the way that Catholic is playing defense very aggressively.
But I don't know if I have Amaya Stewart on the floor for me, I don't know if I want to hold the ball. I just want to make her try to do something.
Yeah. And they've drawn fouls here in the fourth quarter. Obviously, we just said that Catholic has 14 fouls.
And Amaya's a very good free throw shooter as well.
And let's see. But Morgan Gaylord, tip our cap to her.
She really has
done
done
an
a
outstanding
very good
defensive job against Stewart.
Casey Maggs is the inbounder. 1:01 to go. Hurleman out high, swings it around for Hyde. Hyde on the floor, picks up her dribble for Hurleman out beyond the foul line.
Stewart's got a flash.
Tries to look for Stewart, catches it, and scores.
Hurleman with the pass.
Amaya Stewart gives the Spartans a lead at 26-24, 45 seconds to go.
Catholic has one timeout left. Let's see if Charlie Detz uses it or attacks.
Inside of 40 seconds to go. Anderson off the screen and roll back for Gaylord. Kick out for Kennedy for three in the lead. No. Rebound, Amaya Stewart looking for some help. Finds it in Hardy. 25 seconds to go. Hardy is fouled. No, she stepped on the sideline. Turnover Wyomissing.
Wow.
She did. She stepped on the sideline. Wyomissing turns it right back. And now a timeout called by Wyomissing. With 24.5, Alexis Hardy stepped on the sideline trying to go up the floor. There was contact, but she was out of bounds. And Alexis got a little bit shaken up as well. Looked like she took a hit to the ribs. So she's a little bit winded coming to the sidelines as Wyomissing calls the timeout. 24.5 left to go in the ball game. Amaya Stewart with the bucket that puts the Spartans on top, 26-24.
Who passed it to her? Audrey Hurleman,
yes.
Who makes things happen.
Yep. But a great rebound by Stewart and a lot of traffic, and then just held the ball up high, trying to keep the Crusaders away. But as Hardy tried to push it up the floor, bumped, but out of bounds in the process. So the Crusaders get it back after the Wyomissing turnover with 24.5 in the clock.
Well, there's no doubt who Lancaster Catholic wants to get the ball to, Nevaeh Kennedy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question. Let's see what happens. Wyomissing, again, one team foul. That's another thing important. And nobody's in foul trouble except Hurleman with three. Everybody else has one or two.
All right, so they can try and shrink this down a little bit
And
on each inbounds for Lancaster Catholic with those fouls. Gaylord will be the inbounder. Out near half court, all the way out to Kennedy.
Yeah, I want the ball in Kennedy's hands if I'm the Crusaders. No doubt about it.
It's in Anderson's hands right now. They flash out on her. Out in front of Lancaster Catholic bench, back to Kennedy with 14 seconds. Gaylord off the screen. Give it up to Albertini with 10. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy trapped in the corner, nowhere to go. Timeout, Lancaster Catholic. They'll use their final. 6 seconds to go. Charlie Getz saw Nevaeh Kennedy trapped in the corner, bailed her out with a timeout.
Two things I'm surprised at. That Lancaster Catholic got trapped in the corner and played around for 18 seconds. And two, that Wyomissing didn't use any of its fouls.
So now you would think they certainly will. 6 seconds to go in the ball game. And to Rich's point, they can chip away at this.
They have 3 fouls to give. Yep. Wyomissing has 3 fouls to give before Lancaster Catholic is in the bonus.
So you don't want to do it before the ball is inbounded, obviously, but every time the ball gets inbounded and you commit a foul, you're taking a second or more off the clock each and every time.
Because the one thing you don't want to do is give up a 3-point shot. That's the last thing you want to do.
26-24 is our score. Wyomissing leads it exactly. 6 seconds to go in the ballgame. Amaya Stewart, Carly Hyde, Alexis Hardy, Audrey Hurleman, Casey Maggs, the 5 on defense for Wyomissing. Same 5 on the floor for Lancaster Catholic. Gaylord will be the inbounder from beyond the foul line.
Kennedy
sets the screen, trying to get Anderson open. Kennedy comes out. Guarded by Maggs, trying to foul her. She gets through the defense. Blocked by Stewart. Kennedy picks it up. The ball game is over. The Wyomissing Spartans on the block by Amaya Stewart.
Wow.
Complete the three-peat. 26-24, Wyomissing wins it.
Amaya Stewart with her 6th block of the game is the difference and scores the game-winning point as well. Game-winning basket.
So the Spartans, appropriately enough, win it with a defensive stand down the end. Nevaeh Kennedy saw an opening. Amaya Stewart closed the door. And the Wyomissing Spartans are your champions in 2025.
Wow. And it looked bleak for a while during that 15-0 run by Lancaster Catholic. Wyomissing resilient. Boy, what a job by Aaron Anders and these girls. 3 consecutive District 3 championships.
It was not a thing of beauty, but when you win a district championship, there are no style points involved. And Wyomissing wins it by a final score of 26-24. And again, 2 really defensive stands at the end. They got the trap in the corner, forced Lancaster Catholic lead up a lot of the time, down to 6 seconds before Charlie Detz called the timeout to stop the clock and restart it, and then they come up with another defensive play.
I don't know when Lancaster Catholic's last points were, but those 2 possessions that they were just holding the ball, trying to pull Wyomissing out of its zone, chewed up probably about 2 minutes, and they turned it over on both possessions. They were critical.
They came up with 2 empty possessions in that fourth quarter, and they were their only 2 turnovers in that fourth quarter on top of all of that. And the Wyomissing Spartans come up with the bucket. And again, big quarter for Amaya Stewart. You knew it was coming sooner or later that Amaya would impact this basketball game. And big-time players can impact it in more ways than just on offense. No disrespect to the rest of the Spartans, but Amaya Stewart is, in fact, a difference maker. And very interesting to see the emotions on Amaya Stewart with this championship in hand, just to add to her legacy. 3-time Player of the Year, now 3-time district champion. Again, just scored a minimal number of 8 points in this game, so that'll push her a little bit further up, puts her over 1850, now 1853 in her career. But again, the Spartans have at least 1 more game to play now going into the PIAA
And
play.
by the way, 10 rebounds and 6 block shots.
Yeah, filling up the stat sheet in addition to everything else. But she had great help by the Spartans defensively. I'll be very curious to hear what Aaron Anders has to say about his team's effort today. But the Spartans looked like they were in control of this ballgame at 17-5 before finally Lancaster Catholic looked like the championship team they are. Came on a run, took it through the end of the third and into the fourth quarter, and eventually took the lead on a 15-0 run at 20-17. The Spartans quickly tied it back up, and we were down the stretch in the fourth.
Let's not forget Alexis Hardy's sprint down the court for a basket earlier. I think that tied it, right?
That is correct. Yeah. Alexis Hardy went to the foul line to try to put them in the lead, but Hardy with 3 of her 6 in the fourth quarter, and Amaya Stewart with 6 of her 8 points.
Amaya Stewart, waiting for her medal, just looks exhausted. Wyomissing fans chanting, three-peat. I can't blame them.
An excellent effort by the Spartans as they beat Lancaster Catholic 26-24. Lancaster Catholic right now getting their medals handed to them, and then it'll be the Wyomissing Spartans who will get the gold. Don't forget, coming up after this game comes to an end, it'll probably be a little bit after 6 o'clock. It was scheduled for a 6:15 tip. That'll probably be a little bit later until the ceremonies are over here, but it will be Exeter and Hershey coming up a little bit later on, right after this game comes to an end, as the Spartans are getting their medals given to them. We're going to take a timeout back after this with more and our post-game show right after this.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Wyomissing Spartans getting their gold medals because it's post-game show time. Brought to you by Pizza Como of Temple. Pizza Como, a family-owned business going strong on the Fifth Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 Fifth Street Highway in Temple. The Spartans are taking some trophies back to Wyomissing as they win the district championship, a very emotional moment for Maya Stewart and her senior classmates. Audrey Hurleman, a tremendous effort to get back on the floor after the ACL tear in the spring. Most people thought, well, she'll be back, but she's not going to play because, again, she's a All-American lacrosse recruit to North Carolina. Audrey Hurleman had other ideas, and she's back, and she's a piece of the puzzle. Amaya Stewart with 8, Hurleman with 6, Hardy with 6, 4 for Lily Marshall, and 2 for Casey Maggs, and the Spartans total of 26. Amaya Kennedy did her best to will the Lancaster Catholic Crusaders back in this ballgame. She had just 1 point at halftime. Don't forget, Lancaster Catholic had 3 points as a team at halftime. Amaya Kennedy ended up with 14 points, 4 each for Natalie Chalucci and Carly Anderson, and 2 for Morgan Gaylord, and the Crusaders total of 24. 26-24, Wyomissing wins it. So the Spartans, their 3rd straight District 3 championship, and for Lancaster Catholic, who also had won back-to-back district championships, but at the 3A level, bumped up to 4A this year because of the PIAA competitive balance rule. Lancaster Catholic bumped up to 4A, and the Crusaders at 22-4 coming into this one still get back to the district championship. So they'll open up PIAA playoff next Saturday at home against Lansdale Catholic, and the Spartans now know who they will be playing as well. Wyomissing will open up at home next Saturday against District 12, number 5 seed Nazareth Catholic out of the Philadelphia Catholic League. So the two teams will be back in action next Saturday in the first round of the PIAA playoffs. The Wyomissing Spartans are your victors today, and it looks like Rich Scarcella is gathering up a couple of Spartans. He's got Aaron Anders, and he's working on trying to get a player to join them as the Spartans are celebrating in the end zone here at the Giants Center in Hershey. Rich, when you have it, go ahead. Rich Scarcella, Aaron Anders, take it away, Rich.
Thanks, Bob. I'm here with Wyomissing coach Aaron Anders after the Spartans' 26-24 win over Lancaster Catholic in the District 3 4A Girls Championship game. You looked dominating on defense at time, not so great on offense. Then there was a stretch in the second half, but your girls responded when it mattered most.
Yeah, once again. So again, the heart of a champion right there. You go the game of runs. I thought we did a really nice job. That team is tremendously fundamentally sound. So defensively, the fact that it's a 26-24 game, that doesn't surprise me. But again, like they did a nice job making us work extra hard. And I'm so proud of these guys, man. Just so proud of them, Rich.
Aaron, Amaya didn't have her best offensive game. She finished with 10 rebounds and 6 blocks, including the one at the very end that decided it.
Yep.
What did you see from her tonight?
Again, like I think I said this after the Northern Lebanon game, all the games moving forward from here on out, they're going to try and make sure that she does not win it for us. And that's the beauty of this team is people just continue to step up. But for her, again, it doesn't surprise me. Want to keep this run going with her and the rest of these guys, the rest of the senior, these teams. But she doesn't surprise me. She just rises to the level, and whatever is needed, she gives it her all from the start to the finish.
2 other players I want to mention quickly. One, Audrey Hurleman. She scored some big baskets for you. This is her 11th game after coming back from knee surgery, but she made the game-winning assist to Amaya.
Right.
What did you see from Audrey, and how important has her return been to you guys?
Again, she is just an absolute player. She's a competitor. She is such a fierce competitor. So it does not surprise me. She's always looking to make a difference, and she's one of the most unselfish players that I've ever coached.
Alexis Hardy broke the tie, or tied it, I think, with that end-to-end layup. What did you see from her today?
again, she's just stepping into this role. I talked about this in regards to she's the ultimate team player, okay? Her freshman year, she was scoring just as much as she is now. And the reason is because I needed her in other places. The team needed her for other places. And she's just the ultimate teammate. I'm so proud of her. And I'm loving the fact that, again, she's finishing and she's getting the ball in her hands. And we're trying to do right by her, too.
Aaron, 3 straight District 3 championships. That doesn't happen often. What does it mean to the program? What does it mean to you?
Well, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to answer this right. I always like to reflect on things, and it's funny when people interview me, I never have anything right to say. I'm just proud to be coaching in the community I live in. I'm proud to coach these kids, and the way that they just make an impact. They share their joy of playing basketball with our community, with our county. It's fantastic. I'm a lucky guy.
Congratulations, Bob. I'm going to send it back to you. No? Okay, that's going to be it. Okay, I'm getting the signal. We're running out of time. Aaron, congratulations. Good luck in state.
Thank you.
Bob, back to you.
Thanks very much. We gotta come back. We'll take a timeout back and wrap up today's broadcast and get you set for Game 2 here at WEEU after this with more of our Pizza Como postgame show.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Welcome back to our Pizza Como postgame show. Tonight's player of the game brought to you by the Reading Fighting Phils and their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The R-Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the R-Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the R-Phils. Go to rphils.com/events for more information. And as Rich was just talking about with Aaron Anders, Amaya Stewart can affect the basketball game in more ways than just scoring points. She does end up as the leading scorer for the Spartans with 8 points, with 6 of those 8 coming in the fourth quarter. But the rebounds, the blocks, the presence on the floor, Amaya Stewart's is the presence on the floor that leads the Wyomissing Spartans to 3 straight district championships. Our play of the game brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of a potato or vegetable. There's a full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert. Military veterans receive a 10% discount. They're open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and serving the community for generations since 1994. Rich talked about it with Aaron Anders as well, and that was the transition opportunity for Alexis Hardy. Alexis Hardy is a big-time sprinter in the spring. She did some sprinting here in her winter sport, chasing down the floor. Nobody could catch her. She finishes, and she gets fouled. She missed the foul shot, but that bucket got the Spartans lifted a little bit offensively, because that was right at the time, right after Lancaster Catholic went on that 15-0 run and changed the game to their favor.
That ended the run, I believe,
Correct.
right?
It did indeed. Yeah. It ended the 15-0 run. Alexis Hardy got the Spartans offense kicked back into the right frame, and the Wyomissing Spartans end up holding off Lancaster Catholic and finish off the three-peat. That is going to do it for our Game 1 coverage. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with our Game 2 coverage. Again, coming up, the boys 5A District Championship, Exeter and Hershey. Congratulations to Aaron Andrews and the Wyomissing Spartans for the District Championship. Berks County's won 2 in a row. The third one is coming your way next. For Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Thank you, as always, for listening to and watching high school basketball on WEEU in Reading.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading Fightin' Phil's, Savage Auto Group,